What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sanchez405 coming at you. It's on the warpath, reviewing the final dress rehearsal for the Redskins as they took on the Buffalo Bills Friday night, which was last night. And quick shout out, thank you to Louis T of Louis T Sports Network with his Redskin report. Just giving me a shout out there, and you know I really appreciate it. A huge endorsement. And I mean, I'll do my best to not let you down, man. I really do appreciate it. Burgundy and Gold brothers in arms, and you know, I really do appreciate the support and endorsement and the encouragement that you commented on the page here. But I thank you so much, my friend, and thank you for the love that everybody's giving me. I know B. Milton over there at Redskin Review gave me a shout out as well a few weeks ago, and I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Just give me comments, and you know, whether they're agreeing or disagreeing, whatever. You know, that I'm not here to, you know, say I'm right. It's just what I think, and I really do appreciate the feedback and everything. And I try to bring my A game every time I'm out here for you guys, and you know, just telling you what I think. And going off to the game, y'all know I'm an offense boy. I love talking offense, so we're gonna start out with that. Start out really slow. That turnover in the first quarter, I don't really think it was Kirk Cousins' fault as much as it being a flip of the hat play and everything. So didn't really like that. He started off a little sluggish against, you know, Rex Ryan's defense, where a lot of those guys were resting. So, you know, we really don't know what we're seeing there, but it's the preseason, so you're not gonna play some guys who might have been hurt. Ryan Kerrigan got hurt, but he had some good news, and that'll be on the defensive side of the ball. But on to the offense. Kirk Cousins, first couple of drives, they got in the scoring range. Justin Hopkins missed a 55-yard field goal. It wasn't a distance thing. It looks like it was more of an accuracy thing. Hopefully he can clear that up before the regular season, because we're going to probably need him to chuck some of those down, you know, get us those 3 points and everything. Big thing was third down. I told y'all all the time, I'm a red zone guy and I'm a third down guy. Those are money down. That's the money area. And, you know, at times it looked like third down was giving a struggle. Chocolate Factory, y'all know I love him. R. Kelly, Robert Kelly. I think he's going to be the surprise dark horse of this team. And I think he will get a start in the regular season if he keeps on playing the way he has. He's a leading rusher through the preseason. He's played well against Atlanta. He made most of his opportunity last night. Deshaun Jackson looked like he was in midseason form, boys and girls. That 39-yard catch and run that he had was just effervescent, and I mean, it was awesome. You know, and like going back to Kirk Cousins, I think that, you know, he did look out of sync sometimes. I do think the second preseason game, if he had to play, would have been beneficial for him, just as a timing, getting your routes down and everything. It looks like he was a little off with Jay Reed, although he did score that second touchdown. Ryan Grant did really get well to open up the scoring for the Skins, and Pierre Garçon, you know, capping off the 21 points that the first team offense put together. I think once we get it together, I think this is going to be a team that can go up against Pittsburgh. I don't think it's a big doubt on the offensive side of the ball. It's just a running game. And also, Morgan Moses, he got hurt, but I think he'll be okay. Didn't have too many negative thoughts about that. I think they held on out for precaution. But this cat needs to stop holding on to stuff. I don't know if when he was a kid, he just liked holding on to a rattle or something, but he loves holding on to stuff. He's got to get that short up. Corey Lichtensteiger, I think he's hearing feet behind him. He was penalized 3 times on the 6 offensive penalties in the first half. I mean, maybe he's hearing Brian Stork's footsteps behind him, but I really think that needs to be cleared up, because you cannot win with penalties, especially with your offensive line. If you're getting a 3rd and 2 and then you go back to 3rd and 12, it's just not going. It's not practical, and I think he might hear. He's hearing footsteps, and you know, we're going to see some cuts here coming out by the end of the weekend, probably tomorrow. And as soon as those cuts come out, I'll be covering them. Don't worry about that. On the defensive side of the ball, y'all, I'm going to shut my mouth. Because I know y'all done gave me a lot of heck because I was talking about Josh Norman. Josh Norman looked great. You know, he had that where we had turned the ball over on offense. Him and that defense held up so well. Preston Smith, he was unblockable. Ziggy Hood, if you had told me that Evander Ziggy Hood would be making a push for this team back in April, I've been saying you're crazy. He's just a camp body looking for a second chance with another team. I don't think that's the case anymore. Homeboy looked really good as well, too. I mean, and, you know, it kind of makes you feel a little bit better since Pot Roast left. We didn't have that big presence on the line. I think Kedra Golson will be fine at the nose tackle position. Like I said, Kerrigan got hurt, but he should be fine. Got good news today. And this D Hall, I'm going to tell y'all right now, anybody who saw that hit with D Hall needs to shut up about calling it dirty. It was not dirty. The NFL tells these guys to hit low. It's within the parameters of the rules. Because if he had to hit him high, he would have been penalized and he would have been suspended. God wants to keep on doing it. He's a smart dude. He's been playing in the league for 13 years. I think he knows how to hit. And, I mean, people who just were going on, Greg, the guy who bashed him, who he, unfortunately, he tore his ACL and everything. I feel terrible for the guy. But that's just how the game goes. And, I mean, you know, you can't blame D Hall for playing within the bounds of the rules. I mean, yeah, has he done suspect stuff in the past? Of course, when he was in Atlanta and some of his time in Washington. I mean, I didn't agree when he cussed out the refs in Pittsburgh. And, you know, but he keeps his nose clean for the most part. And, you know, Rex Ryan on cable were upset about that. I'm talking about Rob because it looked like the DirecTV commercials. And I just think that's just neither here nor there. And I was really impressed for the most part on the defensive side of the ball. I really took some notes on the during the first half of the game because, I mean, the stars are the most important things. Yeah, we're going to have young guys who are going to step up and do their things and everything like that. The defense forcing turnovers. Will Blackman had that forced fumble before the end of the half and everything. Interesting stat that they put. I don't know how true this is, but this was put up on the game. Kirk Cousins is 72-15 in the red zone during the regular season. Hasn't thrown a red zone interception in his career thus far. That's pretty good. And that's what I'm talking about. When you get to the red zone, you need to be scoring. You need to punch it in. You need to punch your ticket in because you want to get in the party. That's the club. You got to get in the end zone club. That's right. I'm on the, you know, I'm in the club level at FedEx Field. That's exactly what it is. And I really liked it. Like what he did towards the last couple of segments during that first half. And he looked sluggish, but that's just a product of whatever. And, you know, they'll kick off the dust again. They'll get a bye week, basically, for the most part. We'll see these young guys. I think Sudfeld, he didn't show up in the game at all. He'll probably play all in Tampa next week, this Thursday night coming up here. And for the most part, I mean, it was average. A lot of guys, I think the wide receiver dust is settled. You know, we're going to go with Garcon, Jackson, Crowder, Doxson when he gets healthy. Hopefully he doesn't waste his, a lot of his season coming in there, but he's going to have to catch up, get up to speed. Ryan Grant, he did enough to keep his position as well. I don't think any of these guys are going to push him for, he's not going to lose his job, so we don't really have to worry about that. And Rashad Ross as well. I think he's done enough to, he's been hit or miss, but I think he's done enough to maintain a position here on the team. Defensive-wise, Josh Norman, Rashad Breeland did great against Sammy Watkins, his former teammate at Clemson, excuse me, and looked really good in that regard. Josh Norman in the end zone knocking that ball down against Robert Wood, also pretty well. D Hall at safety is good. I guess Bruton will take over for the strong safety. And for the most part, I think, like I said in Warpath review earlier this summer, I said that the defense line is suspect, but I think they'll be good. They have good leadership, good veteran leadership. Ricky Jean-Francois, he got a sack was really good at what he was doing there. He talked about Ziggy Hood as well. I think he's going to get a roster, but he'll secure it. I'd like to see a little bit more out of Ioannidis and Kedrick Golston. I think he's going to wrap up that nose tackle spot. And Preston Smith solidified his starting role for the opposite end of Ryan Kerrigan on the linebacking field. And Mason Foster and I think Will Compton, they'll complement each other. I think Perry Riley might be in trouble as well, too, but we'll see. There was one article I was reading about on Fansided, and they're like, could Pierre Garçon be a surprise cut in preseason? I don't know what kind of drugs those people are on when they were reading it, but Pierre Garçon is a staple piece of this offense, and he ain't going nowhere. It's a contract year. Like with him and Deshaun Jackson, these guys are going to ball out. These boys will ball out this year because it's a contract year, and they're coming to play. They're coming to fight, and they want to get some of that Jay Reed money, y'all. So we'll look out for it. Like I said, overall average performance. Looking forward to seeing, you know, how we progress, and what the sad part of the reality of this is a business, and who's going to get released coming up later this week and everything. So as soon as I get the list, I'm going to be making a video. I'm going to be churning out that content for y'all. Like I said, always, I love you guys. I love your comments. Comment what you think, what you saw, what you think I missed. I really appreciate it. Subscribe. Tell mom and daddy, auntie, uncle, all of them. Tell mom and them, cousin Ruth down the street. Tell her too. And, you know, we just, hey, you like to talk Redskins? We talking Redskins all the time here. And, you know, subscribe to other Redskin folks out there as well, because, you know, it's a big window opportunity for all of us here. And as I always say, closing out every video, love, peace, and hail, and I'll be talking to you soon. I'm out.